My, oh my, oh my, oh. I'm here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's the closing hour of the day and first hour of the aftermarket. Welcome back to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here. Thursday, March the 11th. Welcome to the party, pal. What's happening out there? Well, the Dow is up to record highs today. Several times it hit new record highs, up 237 points right now. Not bad. And the S&P record highs, 46 point gain today at 3,944 points. So the S&P new record highs. That's a broader measure of the index. That measures 500 companies. That's very, very bullish. NASDAQ up 328 points. We're going to take that. Very nice little pop there. It's not at record highs, I'll grant you that, but we're going to say thank you very much. Future Game Millionaire the Third, thank you. The man, the myth, the legend, Bruce. I want to rock. I don't know what your last name is. Welcome back. You don't need to know. Uncle Bruce, I'm here. I'm your Uncle Bruce. I'm here. Welcome, everybody. We want to rock is right. And President Biden signed the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. It is law, and the money is now getting sent out. It'll probably start hitting over the next few days. People start getting deposits electronically, I guess, and then mail and everything else. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. Having this stimulus package coming through as big as it is a good thing. It's going to cover so much of the economy out there for the USA. Those of us not in the USA, we're happy for you because we know that Americans are going to be buying goods. And, Canada and Europe and the rest of the world sends goods to the U.S., buys goods from the U.S. The more Americans buy from the world buys more from America. It's just a two-way street here. Let's go. Let's get this party started. Heat up the USA economy. I say yes, that would be great. And let's get going here. Absolutely fantastic. Nice hockey pins. Oh, these aren't pins. Are you talking about these? These are medallions. You know what these are? You have no idea. Oh my gosh, have I got neat stuff back here. Medallions. Oh yes. Julian, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the donation. Welcome back. Nice to have you all here catching up with me for the afternoon go around. Adreno Matos, well done. The extra 4,000 followers on the last 24 hours. Definitely a fan here. Welcome back, Uncle Bruce. Yes, we are at 104,000, going for 105,000 subscribers now. Unbelievable. Thank you, all of you who are coming in. The GameStop shares are not rocketing today, but you notice how they're really not falling off either. They're at 260.71. They're down about 380 a share. That's it. This is a bad day? Okay. I'll take bad days. You give me $50 good days and $3 bad days. That's a trade I'll take anytime. I like how this stock is consolidating here. It's just turning over, solidifying its range here. It will go from here. And this is just fine. New little plateau you want to build from here. Fine. We had the shenanigans yesterday. Fine. People are bargain hunting on this stock if it comes in, but there isn't much coming in. The volume today, a little less than yesterday. We had, what was a 70 million trade yesterday on GameStop? I think it was 71 million. Right now, 24.5 million. You would think that a stock that would be recovering from a violent drop like that right there, that kind of you think that would create all kinds of loose hands. People would panic out. The market would pile on. All the media would pile on and would just talk this stock down to oblivion. Not happening. The stock is off $3.97. That's not to say we're going to be down on the day. That's just where it is right now. It's actually now only down $2.74. This stock could have a $20 gain this afternoon without any issue whatsoever, without any problem whatsoever. If there is no selling coming into the market, then there's going to be a demand problem. And the demand problem is coming from all these options that are in the money. Last week, options were in the money up to about $133 a share. Now they're in the money up to $262 a share. A whole lot more call options that were written 3 months ago, 4 months ago, a year ago, week ago, whatever it was, that expire tomorrow. A whole pile of options are in the money. And the question now is how many of these calls that are in the money will be exercised by holders that are short stock that need to cover and what kind of pressure will be put on this market starting the aftermarket tonight and tomorrow's pre-market and all day tomorrow and Monday. What kind of pressure will be required to, or what kind of volume of stock will be required to deliver these calls for these options? How many millions of shares are we talking about? I'm wondering. And of course, the failure to deliver issues that continues. That didn't go away. Nothing was solved yesterday with this little shenanigan move. We're down $1.80 now to 263. Now we're at 264, so just about even on the day. What is happening? Going to be interesting to see how this stock fares going forward. There's just no. It was down as 240 something, 232 this morning. That's it. That's all there was. There was no other selling. It's only down 33 cents a share right now. It's about to go positive on the day. Are we coming in for a little run here at the end of the day on the stock? Are we going to pop this thing up a bit? Is even $300 in the mix today? Could be. You never know. It's the last hour of the day. The last hour, a week and a half ago, 2 days ago, was that? No, 15 days ago. Yeah, the Wednesday, not last Wednesday, but the one before that. In the last hour, the stock went from $44 to $91, and had it been allowed to trade in the last 15 minutes of the day, that Wednesday, it would have gone to 150. That was how much power was coming into that market from nervous buyers who were way upside down on the stock, and there's a pile of them still here. We're going to watch this carefully. Should be a lot of fun. Now at 264.88, at 265 and over, it's in the money right now. 265.99. The stock is up $1. So here you go, back in the green. A little pop here. We'll see what kind of follow through takes place with GameStop this afternoon, coming into the last hour. Short sellers can't slam the market. We're on a trading restriction, short trade restriction, also all day tomorrow. Another day of short trading restrictions, and so this stock has free reign to possibly take a pop here for today and tomorrow, the last hour today, and tonight's aftermarket, tomorrow's pre-market, all day tomorrow, the aftermarket tomorrow night. Hey kids, hang on to your hats. We could be in for a nice little ride. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that just be great? It's not like we haven't had a ride already, but to go from here to 400, kind of nice, 450, that'd be kind of nice, wouldn't you think? Not calling it, but why not have it? Sure. Okay, I'd like that. Squirrel. Hey, buddy. We should see the GameStop short squeeze continuing. S3 Partners article on Yahoo Finance. Good sign seeing MSM acknowledge this. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, 264 and 265 right now, looking okay. Let's find out how it wants to do. Quite interesting what we could have happen here. Of course, I've been calling for the company to talk and let us know what their plans are, what they're going to do, and of course, discuss and explain their transition into an e-commerce company. They're going to do a lot of this coming up. It'll happen probably right after next week, Friday, starting like the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because they come up with their financials, and then we have the conference phone calls between management and analysts and investment firms, and they will then issue guidance as to where they expect to be going forward, their next several quarters, and we'll see where it all takes us. Joshua, thank you. Hey, thank you, Bruce, for your insights and calming presence. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Joshua. I appreciate all of you who are here watching this show today, and I appreciate what's going on. Thank you. Someone says, hey, you skipped over my donation, man. Like, what was that all about? I mean, come on. You can't do that. I can't do that. Jimmy, I can't do that. Jimmy Cap 247, $9.99 donation. Thank you very much, buddy. Bruce, much appreciation for what you're doing. I listen every day while I drive my FedEx truck around Ohio. Can you explain how a stock loses half its value in less than 2% of the shares being moved? Yeah, how does that happen? Anything can happen on a stock if you get enough of a size order to hit an unsuspecting market out of left field, and you just see a massive market sell from 3 or 4 brokerage houses at the same time to buyers that just are not prepared to pick up stock. The shares yesterday were not going up and down $15 a share every trade. They weren't doing that. They were just kind of steadily moving along, and 2 steps up, 1 step down, 2 steps up, 1 step down. But when this sell order came in at the midday point yesterday, we think it was 750,000 shares. I think it was several brokerage houses used at the same time on a programmed attack to hit the stock. And I think my hunch is this was done by somebody who had options, who was trying to score a touchdown on put options. So they were trying to crush the market, create a free fall so that the put contracts would rise, which they would have, and then sell the puts at big gains as the stock crapped out. And then at the same time, the stock bottomed out, buy call options to get the rebound on the other side and try to score a second hit. That might have been what happened. I don't know if those trades will be allowed to stand in Chicago or not. And I'm not sure if there's an investigation going on. If there is, it's not being talked about in the media. It could well be happening right now while we are just hanging out here. And there could be somebody getting a knock on their door going, "Hi, are you so-and-so? We'd like to talk to you. Put these on. These are new bracelets. They're kind of connected. Try these. See what you think." We'll see. Don't know. 269 on the stock, up $4. Hey, Joshua, thank you, Bruce, for your insights. Thank you, everybody, for all of your wonderful words of encouragement. These donations coming in, I appreciate this. Absolutely, very kind of you. Just want to catch these right here. So we got that comment. And hey, I see the volume on CTRM on par with Roblex, and they aren't even at $1. Chart showing on upward move. Thoughts? I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that stock is. I'm not going to talk about something I don't know about. Matthias, hey, Bruce, been tuned in for weeks now. Love the show. My wife said she will start to hear Uncle Bruce in her dreams if I keep it up. Great job, boss. Oh man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Too much fun. Let's see. We got Jordan here. Thanks, Jordan. Have you looked into GOEV? I would love to get your thoughts on. No idea what that is. No idea. 267, 268 now on the stock. Yeah, people are telling me that they're kind of hearing my voice, when they're trying to go to sleep, and then their significant others are kind of asking them, how come you're spending so much time with this guy? What's he got that I haven't got? Matt, Bruce, is there a reason we see weird LOL numbers, lot numbers of shares, i.e. 2338 trading repeatedly in the order flow? No idea what that means, my friend. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the trading systems. Just not there. I do not know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I don't know. John, I'm not sure if it means anything. I don't know if it's anything important or not. John David, hey, will AMC hit 15 next week? Just how many comics are there in the basement? About 5,500 comics in the basement, and I'm not sure about the stock hitting 15. AMC is better today, a bit higher than it was, but is not. It's not setting new records or anything like that. Let's see. Let me just see if I have it in here. Did I have it here? Oh, I thought I had it on my symbols. AMC. Let's take a look. Oh, hang on. Maybe I can get it now. Yeah, you think? No, I can't get it. Hang on. AMC. No, not there. Here. AMC. Right now, AMC is at 1023. It's up 38 cents, but not great. It was up to 1087 this morning. Hasn't seen that since. And I'm not sure what to think about AMC as far as a big run is concerned. The news is out. They did their financials. They've talked about their plan. They've talked about their future. They've had their moment in the sun in front of the media, in front of the brokers. So now the news is out. Now what? I mean, it's done. So let's see what happens now, right? Don't know if we're going to get all the way that much in the way of surprise. They're not going to get surprising news. There's not going to be any kind of announcements made today or tomorrow by management that they wouldn't have made yesterday. So we're in a quiet period going forward. A little bit of a quiet period. Don't know. We'll see what's going on. I guess one day at a time. It is a company that is a survivor. And I'll give them that. They are, going to be showing movies to us. Great. More states are opening up. Great. More people will go to the movies. Great. This is all positive. But the company now is carrying a lot heavier load on its back, on its back because of the debts, higher interest costs. So for them to make more money and to make money like they used to make, different. They're going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting going forward here. So we'll have to see how the numbers pan out. GameStop, for example, did not have to borrow a bunch of money to survive. Didn't borrow a dime to survive the downturn. That's quite surprising for a retailer when you think about it. A brick and mortar company didn't borrow any extra money to survive. They don't pay 25% interest rates on junk debt. They're sitting on 500 plus million cash in the bank, if not more by now. And they have every opportunity here to take advantage of these kinds of prices or more to possibly raise cash and make them even stronger. So they're in good shape, unlike other companies who've had to just issue a ton of stock to survive, like cruise lines. They've diluted their investors by 50 to 80% each just to hang around, right? Alex, Bruce Lee, you are a genuine nice person and make my workday more enjoyable. Can you explain to my girlfriend why GameStop can still moon? I think I've been doing this. Alex, it's all I do. Yes, I think we're going to go higher. I think the stock will go nicely higher as more and more of the change takes place, and more the marketplace figures out what is happening with this company going forward. Anyway, there you have it. One day at a time, one trade at a time, 1 week at a time, one store closure at a time, one new online seller at a time. 55 million Power Up members that are part of the club for GameStop. They're all going to be online followers of this company going forward. So yes, let's see what happens. Kind of fun. Anyway, one day at a time, one trade at a time. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I'm just looking at comments, just trying to make sure if I have doubled back here on some of these already. Yes, we are definitely doing pretty good. It's right now unchanged, 265. This is a good day for a stock that's had such a run from $50, $44, even $38.50 3 weeks tomorrow, $38.50 to 265 on a stock that was written off by everyone in the media. All the big players on the TV networks, they wrote this thing off, and they thought you would never hear from it again. But they're back, and they didn't go away. Interesting how this works, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following me. Other stocks that I'm following, here they are right here. These are the stocks that I'm recommending if you are looking for stocks to look into that are conservative, solid, good growth prospects, some upside here. Let me see how they're looking right now. The Vector Acquisitions, the SPAC, VACQ, it's up 8 cents right now, $12.49. And the Navstar Holdings, NSH, is up 2 cents to $10.50. Gores Holdings down 8 cents to $16.87. It's had a good couple of days. Gores Holdings in the past week, well, here's a month actually. You look at the month here. They were here. They went here the other day, a couple days ago. They were down to 11.15 range, and now they're powering back up here to 16.87. They did reach $27 a share after we heard that Josh Brown had jumped in there, one of the guys from the halftime report on CNBC. He owns this stock now for the merger coming up. VGAC, Virgin Group, up 31 cents to 11.16 a share. Very good day there. No complaints. The stock was in the 10s the other day. Starboard Value at 10.07, absolute bargain, and Fortress Value 10.08. Those two stocks, you are risking 7 and 8 cents to buy them. That's the risk you're taking. If these guys cannot complete their merger, they've already announced mergers. They can't complete these mergers, or they can't complete any other merger with any other company with all the cash in their bank. Highly unlikely. You get $10 a year money back. So you're risking 7 or 8 cents to buy these stocks. And I think you're going to do rather well. Yes, at this entry price, you're not overpaying. Vanik Ventures, the semiconductor ETF that I have been yelling at you to get, up 9.56 today now to 233.94. That has had a very good week or so. They were down in this. Well, how low did they get? They got down to about 216. They bumped up $17. They're still not where they were a month ago. You're not paying the high prices of this thing. They popped down to here, and now they're up to here at 233.91. So pretty good. Very nice week. There's a good week right there. Higher and higher and higher. The semiconductors The high-tech stocks, the FANGs are all doing well today on the market, with the Dow up 221, S&P up 45, and NASDAQ up 337, up 2.5% on NASDAQ. These stocks are reacting. These SPACs will benefit as well because the environment is good. Home Depot up $3.61 to $2.69. IBM down 58 cents. It's had a good week from 119 to 257. It's down 58 cents. Great buy there. AMC, unfortunately, only up 36 cents. Dow is up, like I said, 266 now. And Microsoft now up 568. Apple up 209 to 122. Apple has not recovered to its highs. This gives you an opportunity, those of you who are thinking you've been on the fence, this is the last month. Look at that stock. That's Apple for the last month. That's a downdraft. That's a deal. That's a good deal down there. It's a 33-time earnings, not what I would call bargain basement cheap, but it was at 37 to 39 earnings not too long ago, and Apple will have a good rest of this year. This stimulus money coming in, there's going to be people buying Apple computers, Apple cell phones, tablets. You betcha. These $1,400 checks. The students, the high school and college students, they're going to their Apple store. Oh yeah, they're going to their Apple store. Tesla up $27 a share today, back to $695, almost at $700 a share from the 500s just last week. So that's pretty good move back. Good recovery on Tesla. Bed Bath & Beyond up 40 cents. BlackBerry up 40 cents. Even Bumble is up $10. They came up with okay results compared to before. Record earnings and better, but it's a $73 stock. It was a bit of a buy maybe in the 60s, but that was IPO'd at 43. I'm still not sure at 73 whether I'd be getting in there for the first time. That's still a premium to pay because it's an IPO. Royal Caribbean up 98 cents to 88.30. Norwegian up 53 cents to $30. Carnival up 71 cents to 27.41. And so they're up, they're a little higher, and that's where they're at. Costco's up $4. Walmart is up a penny. Amazon's up 60 to $3,117 a share. Cisco up 53 cents to 48.82. Nvidia up $22. That's one of those chip makers. You can get that in the SMH ETF and pick it up there. Disney 196.94, trading too high for its earnings at the moment, but there's just all this expectation of normalcy coming back, and Disney is just way ahead of itself. This stock will probably be right here a year from now. It'll probably just still be here. It has already had the run. It's over. Facebook up 961. I like Facebook at 274. That's had a not bad couple of weeks. Yeah, they came back from about 254 now to 274. $20 move up on Facebook. Nothing wrong with that. And Twitter is up 371. What can I say? eBay is up $1. By the way, eBay, let me just take a look here. Yeah, eBay, it's surprising how cheap eBay is and how underappreciated this company is. eBay was trading at a multiple of 7 times earnings, apparently. Market cap of $38 billion. A big company like eBay that is just not loved by the street these days. I don't know why. Maybe people just are not excited about the secondhand market for goods. They are excited about investing in the first-hand brand new market product. I don't know. Google up $65, $21.20 a share, and Netflix up $23.91 to $5.28. Netflix has a good day going today, a big shot this afternoon, trading at 87 times earnings. This is not a cheap stock, Netflix. I would not be buying this for investment, a conservative investment here. This stock can fluctuate. They've increased their prices in the last few months. They really aren't going to be able to increase their prices in the next few months. They've done it for the year. They do another bump that could hurt them. But 528 is where the stock is. That's what we got going. DraftKings, former SPAC, $71.14. $71.14 for what was a $10 SPAC stock at one time. The high of the year today, 72-ish dollars a share, right at its new, fresh year highs for DraftKings. And they're, of course, expecting and hoping to expand their betting and wagering empire as more states vote in the approval of betting in sports betting in their states. That is just a foregone conclusion that, yeah, it's probably going to happen. Moderna up $10 to $140 a share. Workday is up $14.50 to $257. DoorDash up $9 to $144. Airbnb up $13 to $196. And Micron up $388 to $89.28. And that's another one of those stocks I like. It's another one of those computer chip manufacturing companies. And you can pick all those up and cover all those guys by owning SMH on the through an ETF. Very good, Maverick. Thank you for this donation. Let's make Bruce's channel and push his channel to the moon. Bruce, keep up the good work. Thank you, sir, for that. I appreciate these shout outs of encouragement and hopeful upside for the channel as we keep growing. Good morning, Mom. Love PD. Old mate says. I don't know what that means, but that is Australian money. So that is someone from Australia. Cheryl saw on Reddit novice traders had stop losses set. So whoever triggered the drop caught them in the wave. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Well, if they had stop losses, they got out on the upper end and it went lower. Okay. Maybe they bought back in at a better price. Nothing wrong with that. Ashwani, hey, buddy, how you doing? Uncle Bruce, there's still talk about market correction and tech tanking. Is it due or are we already past it? We're due that. We're past that. We're past that. This stimulus package that's been passed here will be flooding the marketplace with a lot of cash for not only stocks, but the economy. Lawrence Garrett, can you give us some detail on what will happen to the Shell shares after the merger for VGAC? I read that they'll be diluted. Love you so much. Well, your shares of VGAC will turn into 23andMe. And so your symbol will be ME on the New York Stock Exchange. The company you now will own will be the two combined companies. All the cash that VGAC has and all the cash that Wall Street is pouring into the two companies will all be now run by 23andMe, $950 million, almost $1 billion upon listing. And the company will now release a whole pile of press releases going forward about their plans, deals, mergers, acquisitions, whatever they're into. There's going to be a lot of news coming out on 23andMe. And Richard Branson, of course, who's with the Virgin Group, will now be a part of the 23andMe group. And he will be happy to go on camera at any old time to talk about 23andMe and its future, because he owns a pile of the stock of the SPAC, and he's buying $25 million worth of the SPAC at $10 a share personally upon the merger being completed. Should be now in the next 5-6 weeks, should be done. And that's what'll happen. All the shares that you own now will become 23andMe stock, and all the shares that are held by Branson, the creators of 23andMe, the senior management of 23andMe, all the shares of some of the senior investors will be held up, will be restricted from trading for months. In effect, it'll be a very thin float in the first 3 months of trading, and you, with VGAC stock, will be able to trade it all you want without any restriction whatsoever. And if 23andMe stock wants to go to $30-40, you can do whatever you want with your stock. There won't be any stock to sell. I think there'll be such a demand for paper that the street will welcome when shares come free trading, because then the stock volumes can pick up and institutions can get into it and start trading it aggressively. But that's tens of dollars down the road with regards to the share price, I think. So yeah, get ready for good times on all of these SPACs that I'm telling you about, folks. I mean it. All of them, I think, will do very, very well. I got some shout outs here on my PayPal account that I owe people here, and I want to get to these. Michael Hickman, thank you, Michael, for a donation to me. $25 donation US or more gets you a shout out, and I am happy to post this shout out for you. Please check out my wife's Eat My Devil doll on Twitch. She is new and could use the encouragement. Tell her Bruce sent you. There you go. There's the message right there. Check it out and support her. And thank you, sir, for your support of me. I do appreciate it. I know my viewers appreciate those of you who support Stock Markets with Bruce as well. Absolutely wonderful of all of you to do that. I appreciate these donations. Thank you, guys. Khalid, thank you for a donation. It's pending. It's coming. I appreciate that. Thank you. And let's see here. Excuse me. I've got a donation here from J.R. Munson. Here's a donation for you. Direct me for an address. That isn't for sale for that price, but I thank you for the donation. And thank you to Mark Reed. I don't think people understand. You need to talk about comics more. That bullish run was nutty. Love you, Bruce. Thank you. Bagels and comics equals a win. I talk about comics and the stock went up, I guess. Thank you, Mark. Oh, okay, no more card selling. That was a bearish run. Stick with the bagels and comics, Bruce. Love you. Thanks, Mark, for these donations you made today. Thank you to Sean Ashley. Just sending some love and want you to know I'm happy. Hold. 100,000 is where the stock's going. That's where it's going right now. The GameStop is 265.82. It's up 82 cents. Thank you, Tal Cohen. Any Pavel Bure Panthers cards also feeling bullish on marijuana stocks with the news from Mexico yesterday. Well, there's possibilities, but I wouldn't know any of the stocks that I would be buying because of that. I think I have Pavel Bure cards from Florida. I probably do. Seth, Frankie, your streams are awesome. I'd love to build you a website to help you sell your comics and cards. Let me know. I've had several offers for websites too. I haven't gone anywhere with that yet. Thank you, all of you, for that. Appreciate that. All of these donations through the PayPal account. Thank you again, everybody. I'm trying to catch up with the IOUs. I owe you some shout outs, and they're coming right now. Shane Feed. Bruce, in addition to being a crazy day for GameStop, March 19th is the day I release new music on Spotify and Apple Music, hoping to take my streaming numbers to the moon too. If you could shout out my artist page, Shane Thiede is Thiede, a little hard to pronounce, so if you could pop it on the screen so everyone could follow me beforehand, it would be a huge help to an artist who's been working hard during the quarantine. Fantastic. Let me see if I can do something here. Let me see if I can get your message up there, but it's a little longer than 200 characters. So pardon me as we work away here to pop up your message. There we go. Yeah, it's only 418 characters. 200 is the maximum. Alrighty, let's get rid of those right there. We got a whole bunch eliminating there. We're now into the 350s. Okay, and then we got to, let's see here. We've got, okay, here we go. We'll do that. And we'll bring the characters back into the 200s now. Here we go. Excellent. And let's see. Here we are right here. Let's do that. A little more. Editing on the fly. 267 on GameStop, by the way, which is nice to see. And let's see what we can do here. And let's see if we can do this. Oh, we got it. There goes the message right there. We got you up now. All right, the shout out has been done. Fantastic. There it is. I release new music on Spotify and Apple Music, hoping to take my streaming numbers to the moon. If you could shout out my artist page, Shane Thiede, I'd be a huge help for an artist. Right on. Check him out on Spotify and Apple Music. Beautiful. All right, guys. We're at 266 on GameStop. The Dow up 207, NASDAQ up 338, and S&P up 43 points. Good day today. Nothing wrong with any of that action for sure. Let's see here. A lot of folks wondering about my comics and cards. Just send me private emails and we'll see what we can do. Thank you to Nigel Parrish. Do you have any Steve or Jack Hansen hockey cards? Also, what website do you use to track stock price? Yeah, I don't have any Hansen Brother hockey cards. I'm sorry. I just use Market Watch, and I use my telephone, which has Yahoo on it, Yahoo stock quotes. That's what I use. Thank you to Stephen Francis. If you're interested in selling your things, check out the company I work for, Everything But the House. We're an Ohio-based online estate sale and auction site trying to take on eBay and other online sellers for a stake in the resale market. Well, there you go. Of course, my product is in Canada, so that's an issue there that I don't want to deal with regard to a border issue. So, I have that to I have to hang on about. Anyway, there you go. Let's see here. And let's go here. We have to make some adjustments here. And thank you for the donation. And I'm happy to give a shout out. And there you go. We'll pop that right there for you. Fantastic. Wish you great success with your company and selling merchandise. The heart of America, Ohio. I mean, that's right there. That's the heart of America right there. Here's that comment. If you're interested in selling your things, check out the company I work for, Everything But the House. Right on. Okay. Thank you, Stephen Francis, for the donation and continued success on your area. Thank you to Zachary Yoslowitz. Thank you. Love your channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful insight. Zach, thank you for this donation on PayPal. These donations are very, very important. They're powerful. Nicholas Meeks, thank you. Please don't say my name. Oh, great. Thanks for fighting the good fight. Shout out for my music project, Side Sleeper. On SoundCloud and Spotify, when GME moves, I'm going to take some time off to finish my first record. Stay strong, apes. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention your name. Oh man. I love people who send me chats and say, hey, listen, can you promote me? Don't say my name. Oh gosh. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. There we go. There it is. Let's pop that up there. Oh, there it is. There. I didn't mention your name here. See, you're anonymous. There you go. I couldn't fit it anyway. Oh man. Side Sleeper. Right on, Side Sleeper. Well, thank you. NM, the anonymous one. All right. Hey, Bruce, I run a security card business in Washington and Idaho. I just wanted to get the word out and support you at the same time. Beacon Security Service. Thank you, Austin Dupia. Thanks, buddy, for this donation. And let's get your message out there right now to the world. You deserve to be discovered. Thank you for keeping people safe, keeping goods protected. That's what it's all about. And right on, man. That's good stuff. Thank you. All right. Keep up the good work. Don't you stop now. All right. There it is. There's the message right now. I run security guard business in Washington, Idaho State. Just want to get the word out to support you. Beacon Security Service. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that very much. All right. I think I'm catching up on these shout outs here. I think I'm catching you guys. 264.15 right now on the GameStop. Thank you to Robert Yates. Can you give a shout out to my brother's art and design shop, custom designs and art available on shirts, dresses, masks, and more. MatthewYates.com. Hey, this sounds pretty good, brother Matthew. Here we go. Let's pop that up there right now and fulfill another shout out obligation. Thank you, everybody. And check them out and help them out. And yeah, fabulous. It was good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you for being on top of everything here with me, hanging around. And there we are. There's a shout out for Brothers Art and Design Shop, custom designs and art available on shirts, dresses, masks. MatthewYates.com. Check them out. Absolutely. Thank you, all of you. What was this comment? They've got a couple of donations here. Thank you from M Ford. Thumbs up to everybody. It isn't some slacker channel where we just watch and do nothing. You got to give this guy thumbs up. Goose Attack. Hey, Bruce, have you thought of doing podcast? People have asked me. I've looked into it, and I was thinking about it, and I was wondering, and I've been holding off. I'm really not sure if I want to do it. I got to tell you. I'm so busy with what I'm doing just here with all of you that I'm exhausted just trying to keep up with all this stuff. It's really crazy. Sells with Dips used to work for everything but the house. Our CEO and CEO brother duo defrauded investors, treat us like slaves. Don't give that company a dime. There you go. Everything but the house. There you go. There's a shout out. Oh man. How are you Canadians so informed about politics and the economy? Like U.S. people got no clue about Canada politics or the stimulus. Not just Bruce, Canadians in general are very well informed. You know what it is? We have 36 million people. You have 360 million? You're like 10 times bigger than we are. So, when you sneeze, we get a cold. I mean, it's unbelievable. So we have to pay attention. That's what we have to do. We can't be oblivious to what's going on. If you guys are going into a recession, we're going into a recession. So we care when you guys really build up your infrastructure, or you really start to bubble up your economy. Absolutely. Babbling Bruce, did you ever sell or own Garbage Pail Kid stickers? No, I don't think so. But I have stickers. I have like NHL stickers. I have some stuff from the 60s. I have some little things that were issued in the 60s for the NHL. I got unique collectible stuff with respect to cards and stuff, but not that stuff. Anyway, we pay attention to the America market, no question about it. America, everything, it's important. Of course, trucks are built in Canada and the U.S. Cars are built between the two parts, and sometimes a car will go across the border 4 times to be assembled. Trannies and steering systems and panels and frames, and it's amazing. The interlinkage is quite amazing. Hi, I was down $5,000 from bad decisions on GameStop round one. I am now back up to breaking even with 40 shares. Should I start selling back to lock in profits or just hold until the 19th? I think between now and the 19th, I think you're going to like the show. I think you might like the show after the 19th if you stick around after, because the company will come out with their financials and then their conference calls and a whole bunch of press releases. And I don't think we're going to be anywhere around here. That's my take. Nika, thank you, Nika, for this donation. I appreciate that very much. So you can, but whatever you feel comfortable with. It's not like you have to do anything. I'm not going to tell on you. You don't have to tell me what you're doing. It's up to you. Julian, hi, Bruce. You're the man. Your work ethic is unbelievable. Anyway, wanted to do a shout out for my MMA career. My name is Julian Orozco. My Instagram is Juju Sugar Free MMA. I'm a type 1 diabetic with a pro record of 3-0, all finishes. Your advice has helped me go ahead. I'm sending you tickets when I'm in the big leagues. Well, way to go. Fantastic. Let's see what we can do here. We can do a little shout out for you. And let's see what's going on here. Maybe we can do that. I'm not sure how much I can get in. The donations come in and the shout outs go out. So here we go. Thank you, everybody. We're waiting for the market to close in 20 minutes. See what the market wants to do. And let's hope for the best. Here we go, right here. Get this message fit in. Only 200 characters are allowed, and so let's do this right here. There we go, and we will pop that up right there. Beautiful. Okay, we got that one up there, and there is anyway. Want to do a shout out for my MMA career? My name is Julian Orozco. My Instagram is Juju Sugar Free MMA, and I'm a type 1 diabetic with a pro record of 3-0. Way to go. Keep up the good work. And fantastic stuff. We're at 262, and that's where we're looking at right now. What is happening? How many thumbs up we got today? Is anyone giving thumbs ups today to this show? To 2,100. We got 2,100 thumbs ups. Is that good? We have 7,300 people here. It's not that good, is it? 5,000 people don't like this show. Maybe I should just shut off right now and go off the air. I mean, if you don't like it, I'll just quit. I mean, I'll go in the corner and cry. I'll sob. Or maybe you could give me thumbs ups and I won't cry. That would be great. Thank you, everybody. Let's go that route. Hey, hit that thumbs up button. Help a YouTuber out. Let's get this show going. Let's get it discovered by other people. I would appreciate that. There are 2,500 right there. There comes 2,600. Here they come. I knew you were there. You were just waiting for me to beg. Isn't that what you do? You guys make me beg all the time for these thumbs ups. Okay, please. Thank you. Love you guys for all the support. I appreciate it. Here's a very generous donation. Flavio Alazraki. Thank you, Flavio. That first name's easier to pronounce than the last name. That's a wonderful donation. Thank you very much. Not even a comment, nothing. Just that's the best donation of the day right there. Number one. You're number one today, buddy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's good stuff. Great. I love it. And what can I say? What is that right here? What is that? PayPal. I hope you'll be able to contact close right part and the right. I'm not sure what this means. I see what you're saying. Okay, let's get this message up here. Here's a shout out from the real Noriega. Come on, let's see if I can make this. I'm not sure if this will work. Hang on. Oh gosh, come on. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get that to fit. Well, can we fit that in there? Let's go. Here we go. We're at 262.98 on GameStop. Paste that in there, and yeah, it'll fit. There it goes. There you go, Noriega. Thank you, buddy. Great stuff. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much, everybody, for helping out. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, got you in real Noriega. So happy to see how much you've grown in the last month. I panic sold during the first crash. I had realized loss of 50 grand. I'm on my way to recovering it, but hope that no one else is making my mistake of risking more than they can afford to lose. Please post this shout out to view the list of 6,000 worth of domain names I bought in January when I believe the squeeze was going to change Wall Street. Storming of Wall Street. Interesting. There you go. Anyway, I got it up there, buddy. So check it out. Your comment is up, and thank you, man, for being here. Okay, thank you. Let's see here. We've got a donation here from North Star Distribution. Thank you. I have 150 covered calls. Should I count on those shares being exercised? How does exercise risk work? If you own the stock and you wrote a 150 call against the stock, then you're probably going to get exercised unless you buy that contract back. If you don't buy the call back, then you'll get exercised. Now, if you wait until Friday, the call will shrink only to the book value. Right now, it may have a premium and a book value. So keep an eye on that and see what happens. That's next Friday. Got a ways to wait yet. Thank you to Christopher Reardon. I love the show, Bruce. I have about 1,000 shares at GameStop, and I feel like I should be selling calls to make additional profits. I'm long GameStop. My share price bucket at 50, but I don't know where to start. What do I do? Well, you could write contracts. It's up to you. You've got to pick the price and how long you want to go out. But if you write 300s or 400s, if you're going to write, say, a $500 contract, that's good for 2 or 3 weeks. You might get a nice premium and $500. That would be a nice gain on your stock if you got taken out. Or you could write a 5-week or 6-week contract for 600 or 700 and take a big premium. But then again, if the shares back off, they back off. But if they go up that high, until they go to 500-600, you're not going to be taken out, and you've taken premium. You've got a few options there. Thank you, Anelia Scarlett, learning a lot, and I appreciate you. I thank you very much, Anelia. Thank you. Thank you for this donation. I appreciate this. Seattle Hemp Company knows this GME ride can be stressful. Need help with anxiety, sleep, or pain? Try our CBD products. 20% off all your subscribers. Discount code Bagels. The Seattle Hemp Company Bagels is the sleep code. Is the discount code. And fantastic. Let's see if I can get this to work. It's from Satbir Gill. Thank you, Satbir Gill, for your donation. And folks, if you need to chillax and relax a little bit, you're a little stressed out, maybe you want to check this guy out right here. I'm not sure if he can send anything to you, but check him out. You never know. You might get what you need to get you through the tough times. Seattle Hemp Company. Hey, it's legal up here. I don't use the product, but I have friends who do, and whatever works for you. Okay. Bruce, do you recommend using a stop loss? If so, what would you recommend for GameStop? It's up to you what kind of stop loss you want to use. If you want to be just behind the market or ways behind the market. Darren, thanks, Bruce. You're helping so many people. I'm grateful for your work. I hope to buy a bagel from Bruce's Bakery one day. I'm not opening no bagel. I ain't opening no bakery. I'll attend a bakery. I'll go to a bakery and I'll buy something. Juan stonks. Thanks, Juan. Buddy, thank you, man. I'm not opening up a bakery. Are you kidding me? Look how old I am. Would someone buy a donut from this old baker behind the counter? I don't know how to bake a donut. I know how to eat a donut. Oh, I know how to eat a donut. I love eating them their donuts. Oh, for sure. But no, I'm not going to open up a bagel shop or a donut shop or no. You'll find me in them though. Brian, hey Bruce, took your advice on several stocks. All doing good. Keep it up, man. I'm glad to hear this. I'm glad to hear that. That is wonderful news. 262.64 on GameStop, and the market right now is ahead by about 220 points. And 223, S&P up 43, and the Nasdaq up 331. It's been a good day for the markets. The bill has been signed. That stimulus bill is law, and money is coming, kids. And there's going to be a ton of money hitting the economy. Get ready for a ton of money hitting the economy. Absolutely coming. Again, thank you those of you who've been making donations to my PayPal account. Here comes a bunch more. Thank you to James Hall. Hey Bruce, been watching the show for about 2 months now. I got out of GameStop, but holding 4 spaces you follow. Was wondering if you would shout out my wife's new podcast about true crime. She just started with a few friends on Friday's show. Here's what she sent me to post. Unethical podcast. Join your hosts from around the world for a deep dive into controversial cases and some even worse outcomes. Visit unethicalpodcast.blueberry.net for subscribe links. New episodes air on Fridays. Thanks again for the show love. Following GameStop, even though I'm not in it now. If it tanks, I'm getting back in, or I'll wait till it sells after it's all over. James Hall, and thank you. We're in western Minnesota, about 30 kilometers from the border. We are nearly Canadians. Now, that is a 600-character comment. And I'm trying to get it to 200 characters. You guys are killing me. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Let's see. Let's try this. Okay. This might fit. Oh, my God. You're making me make the decision, which, you may not like what I do with my editing. I'm just saying. Even this one was too much. Oh, my gosh. Okay. And, okay. Fridays. That's right. Okay, and we'll do that. I've got to figure out how to do this. And there we are, and there we go. And let's see if we can make a few other adjustments as Bruce has to work on the fly here. Oh, you guys. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I think I got the edit done. All right, that's the best I can do. It's up. The message is up for the world to read. Okay, there you go. All right. There it is. Unethical Podcast. Join your hosts for a deep dive into controversial cases and some even worse outcomes. Visit unethicalpodcast.blueberry.net for suitable links. The new episodes on Fridays. There's my movie promotion voice. Wolfgang, instead of buying whole shares of GameStop, why not 0.1? Wolfgang, knock yourself out. Become a millionaire with 1/10 of a share. This is your opportunity to shine. You do that, you can write books and make a lot of money. How I became a millionaire with 1/10 of a share. I'm a genius, Wile E. Coyote genius. Andrew, hi Bruce. Why is the SMH ETF $20 to $25 on the London Exchange, but over 200 on New York? That I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what one is and the other one isn't. So I'm doing the Greg Stink on Saturday Night Live. I don't know. Okay. Hey Bruce, could you give a shout out to my brother's microbrewery with a £5 donation? You want me to give? Everyone else is paying $25 US for a shout out, and you want me to give you a shout out for £5. Now, how does that work? Tell me how does that work? Juan and K. Mayhoff Pilsners, premium drafts at reasonable prices. Well, there you are. I guess you're welcome, I guess. You owe me some more money. Jonathan, wow, you got ads. Wow, that's congrats. Wait, how about that? I have companies contacting me. I actually have companies contacting me for sponsorship. It's incredible. I've never had that before. And these are like legit. I usually get these companies from like Armenia. Hey Bruce, you could promote our product. Don't look us up on the internet. We don't exist. But take our word for it. We're great. We're incredible. We're legit. And you help us, and we thank you. How about that? There's a relationship right there. Jennifer Garcia, thank you. To you, Bruce. The acronym ILI means I love you. Don't worry, your nieces and nephews will teach you all the dope slang. Keep up the great work. Jen and Justin, thank you so much, Jennifer, for your donation today and shout out. Appreciate that. Kind words. Brian Young, Lord Bruce, G1 Thera, GTHX, Jan 21 FDA approved. The cancer RX trickled up 10% on more drugs pipeline for breast butter. Full buy rating everywhere. Why not blast off yet? What are you asking me? Brian, you got to take a pill, man. You got to calm down. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I think you're trying to promote the stock with the symbol GTHX. I think that's what it is, and that's the shout out I'll give you on that one. Whew, man, worked up. Philip, thank you for the donation. Hey, Uncle Bruce, huge thanks from Northern Massachusetts. Rarely miss a show, and per your guidance, I've jumped in on the SPAC train. I purchased 50 of the VGAC, the VACQ, the FAII, the GHVI in this spread appropriate, or would I make more sense to choose one or two in particular rather than the smaller investments or all four of them? Thanks in advance. Phil in Massachusetts, we want to rock Bagel Power. I think you're doing just fine, buddy. Philip, that's a good move. Buy 50 of each and whatever you can sit on and just sit on them. Just sit on them and let them work for you. Yeah, I like it. Fantastic. Way to go. Well done. Good job. Alrighty. Here's another donation from Don Zhu, XXU. Love you, Bruce. Question about GameStop. At this point, leading up to Friday the 11th, is there anything else left in the arsenal for the shorters to try to drive the cost of the GameStop down with the SSR in place for today and tomorrow? Now, there's nothing else they can do. Nothing really. I don't think so. If a buy wave came in, and I wouldn't be surprised if there will be one some point in time, this will run. And it could be tomorrow. It could be tomorrow morning in the pre-market. It could be in the aftermarket now. We'll see. We're down to what? 6 minutes. We're at 263.26 on the stock. That's where we're at right now. Stephen Boras, thank you, Stephen. Bruce, I made a huge error yesterday and purchased $350 call on GameStop for $36. That expires tomorrow. In order to lower my average cost, I bought up more 350s, the same expiration today, and I've lowered my average down to 10. Now I'm just praying that the price comes back up so I can sell these at break even. Am I doing the right thing? Thoughts? Well, you need a bump between now and tomorrow night, but tomorrow could be a really interesting day. So get ready. Be watching and be ready to strike when the time hits, my friend. That's what you're gonna have to do. 261.87 right now. Sheldon Fry, thank you, Sheldon. Show me the cheddar, Bruce. I'm the sales manager for Torex Semiconductor, a Japanese semiconductor firm specializing in power ICs. If you need components, email me at sfry@torexusa.com or check out Torex Semi. Bagels all around. Also, eyes, let's talk. There you go. Okay. Let's see if we can copy this and post it. That's a shout out. Thank you for the generous donation for the shout out. And let's get this up there for you. Fantastic, guys. There it is. And we'll see if we can make this fit. We've got to get down to 200 characters in order to make this go. So hang on. We got some more editing to do here. Here we go. We got it. We got it. There it is. It's up. It's up. Thank you for your donation. And I'm glad to get your I'm glad to get your message up there. Yeah, fantastic. Good luck to you and continued success. There it is right there. Torex Semiconductor. Beautiful. All right. We're at the last, last 4 minutes. We're coming into the close. 4 minutes, 13 seconds. 261.96 down $3 on GameStop. Hey, if this is a bad day, I'll take these anytime. You give me an up $50 day and a down $3 day, up 15, down 3 all the time. Oh, sure. I'm around. I'll be more than happy to be around for this. All the time, be around for this action. Absolutely. Thank you. All of you. Fantastic. Another order just came in on Redbubble. You guys are picking this stuff up. It's awesome. Thank you for picking these items up. I'm waiting for some stuff that I've ordered from Redbubble. I can't wait to get my stuff in. Can't wait to show you what's going on. Fantastic. What do we got here? You didn't end up posting a message. You seem to copy and paste it, read it, and then didn't change the message on the screen. I hope you can honor donation when you can. Still a huge supporter. I'm doing what I can, man. I'm not sure what you're telling me. Your messages were a little cryptic, but we're getting stuff up there. Doing what we can for you, Real Noriega. What else we got here? Oh, thank you from Jonathan Koick. My ex-girlfriend is very talented and big into financial feminism. She makes dream catchers jewelry and about to drop a window prism Saturday at Etsy. All the Furl Fawns Instagram. That's pretty cool. Let me pop that up there for you. See how easy this is compared to my friend over at the Real Noriega. This is so much easier, and it kind of fit. I asked for 200 characters, and I got 200 characters. No editing. It's right up there. That's the deal. That's how I do it. Thank you, everybody, so much. Appreciate it. Jonathan, no more ads, Bruce. Please, no more ads. Justin's saying, Bruce, no more ads. I'm saying no more Justin. No more Justin. Okay, there you go. 259.19 coming into the bell. We're down to 224 to go in the day. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching me. We've got another hour to go in the aftermarket. We'll see if the stock wants to do something in the aftermarket. Don't know if it will, but we're coming in here at the end of it. The Dow up 182, a little lighter on the Dow. Up 39 on S&P, up 322 points on NASDAQ. Oil up $1.61 to 66.05. 258 on the stock, 255 on the stock. A little sell wave coming in on GameStop. Maybe shorter trying to offer on offers and hoping to drive it down a bit. I don't know. We'll see. 253.88, a little dump, but this is not reflective of what's been happening all day long. This stock has done quite well all day long. I think it's at 258 or 252. One of the two prices is correct. Not sure which one to believe right now. Watching to see where the stock wants to go. 253.29 on GameStop with a little late sell-off, but I wouldn't be surprised if it pops $10 in the aftermarket. 255 now, popping back up. We got 121 to go. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go with a little slight recovery on the stock right now. And we'll see what's going on here. 253, 254, 255. That's kind of where we're watching it right here on the last minute of the day for GameStop. Watching the closing of the stock. 254.98, 253, 52, 55. Who do I believe? I don't know. We're coming into the end. A little bit of activity, a little battle between buyers and sellers maybe at the end. I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit of a dip, a couple of folks picking up some dip bargains here, perhaps. 254.40, 254, 55, right in that neighborhood. Volume today, 27.4 million. Very light compared to 70 million yesterday. We're down to the last 10, 15, 20 seconds, I think. They're getting ready to hit the bell. 254.80, 254.83. Looks like that is going to be it, I think. On the bell, there goes the bell on the Dow, the New York Stock Exchange. 10 seconds to go. 255.77. A little pop at the end there, another dollar, and I think we're official at 255.77, down 9.23. And on the aftermarket is now 257.83. It is now $2 higher on the aftermarket in the first 3 seconds of the aftermarket. So there you are. The aftermarket is up. It's running now, and the day is done at 255.77 or something like that. Final trades will filter through, and the final adjustments will be made with a little dip at the end, but no big deal. I mean, so what? Who cares? So what? Who cares? We are at 258.30 on the aftermarket right now for GameStop, and we're going to see how it wants to perform for the next hour, and we'll see what it brings us. And yeah, okay, fine. AMC closed today at 10:30, or it's at 10:30 in the after hours. Actually, it's up a couple of pennies, 10:26, 10:30. The Chewy stock was interesting. It was at 87.27 on the after hours. Closed up a little bit on the day today. And the valuation of the company is up to 33 billion again. So it was like 31 billion the other day. It's popped up a little higher than that. So Chewy's a tad better looking. And that Roblox that went public at 45 on the exchange offering at 73.80. It reached a high today of 77, low of 70, close to $73. That's a pretty premium price to pay for a $45 stock that came out yesterday. VGAC final trade, it's up 34 cents actually at up 34, 11.18 today. Very good day for Virgin Group Acquisition Corp. We'll take that gain anytime. And where else are we at? Tesla is zooming in on 700 a share, 699, 698 right now, right at the 700 mark. Very interesting. There's a lot of folks who were wondering about that stock when it was in the 500s last week, worried that, oh, gee, maybe it's all over, but no, it's not over. And let's see other issues on the bell. Vector acquisition was unchanged to 12.41. Nav site up 11 to 10.59. The Rocket lost 16 cents, 25.79. That was a one-day Rocket, wasn't it? It had a one-day run, and it's been dead quiet ever since. It dropped off. It stayed off. It just hasn't been able to come back at all. Interesting. There's a little bit of a war there. Diluted Dante SMH. Differences, they are separate ETFs. Thank you for that. There's the London Stock Exchange version and the U.S. version, and neither are the same. There we are. Ranga Del, $2 donation. Thank you, Ranga. Teresa, drop looks intentional hold. Glad to be here. Texas likes the stock. There you go. Texas knows what they're doing. Good folks in Texas. Really good people in Texas. Okay, thank you everybody for hanging around and joining me here. The aftermarket is on 256.07 on the GameStop. GVH, Gores Holdings, $17. Got the print at $17 today. And then we've got Starboard at 10.06 and Fortress at 10.05. Both stocks are bargains. The semiconductor SMH up 9.43 today to 233. Home Depot up 285 to 269. IBM at 127, down only 70 cents. on the day. AMC managed a 38-cent gain on the day at 10.23. It's trading now at 10.27, a tad better. And then we've got Microsoft ending up with a gain of 4.71 and Apple with a gain of $2. So they didn't they didn't lead the markets, but they didn't hurt the markets at all. And I think Apple will inch higher as the days go by right now. Elias, Ballo. Thank you, Ballo, for this donation. $20. Looking for a new tabletop RPG. I think this is an ad. Does the thought of knights, wizards, robots, aliens, and radioactive mutants living in the same world make you feel all glowy inside? I think this is a shout out. Journey to the world of Cosa on Twitter at Studio Passerine. That's an interesting looking handle there. Well, check that out. Okay, way to go, Bello. Elias, UNC, I own, Uncle Bruce, I own 6.19 shares of GameStop at a price of $198.04 average. Would it be a smart idea to buy more at some sort of dip before we take off? Also, thoughts on WKHS. I don't know anything about WKHS. GameStop, look, if it came down to you like it did this morning, that was a dip. That was a chance to pick up some cheap stock. As it turned out, it was a good buy today because it was higher than that for the rest of the day. Silver, can hedgies drop the price tomorrow since SSR is in place? I don't understand this. Does this mean they can't drop the price like 50% yesterday? It can be dropped 50% anytime by anybody. If you own the stock, you can tell your broker to sell it at any price and drop it. If you're stupid, you could do that. Why would you do that? Makes no sense. If you own stock, why would you crush the market? Makes no sense unless you have nefarious intentions elsewhere, which may have happened yesterday. This one here, the restricted shorts are on tomorrow as well. The stock will be restricted short all day tomorrow. So we may have an interesting bit of activity here going forward into tomorrow. We'll be here to watch it. But it did close tonight at this 260. No, what was that? 250. Yeah, around 256 range. That's what it did. So we'll be here watching what it wants to do going forward tomorrow. It's option expiry day tomorrow, and a lot of options are in the money. We're going to see how that plays out. And then, of course, the options holders, the folks who wrote the contracts, the actual writers, they get notified tomorrow if they've been exercised today or not. And they might have to start buying the stock. And they might start tomorrow. They might start Monday. But they're going to need possibly a lot of stock because the shares were in the money up until 130 a share last week. Now they're in the money up to 250 this week. So that's a pretty big hit. We may have had this little drop at the end tonight because that took the 260 contracts out of the money and took the 255s maybe out of the money. No, not necessarily, but at the money. So we'll see how this plays itself out. But there are a ton of options that are in the money, a ton more than last week because of the rise of the stock. We'll see how that goes tomorrow and going forward. And then next Friday is the big one, the 19th of March, the quadruple tripping witching hour. That's what I want to say. The witching hour. We'll see what happens then. Mr. T, do the thoughts of silicone, STDs, and accidental pregnancies make you feel all glowing inside? Journey to my new brothel on the 123rd Street opposite Walmart. That's a kind of shout out I don't need, but thank you. I guess, I don't know. Adam Fraser, hi Bruce, can you talk a bit about Virgin? Talked to my broker about it, and he seems to think it's high risk. Oh man, your broker doesn't know what he's doing. Your broker's an idiot. I got to fire that guy. If he were my manager, I'd give him a dope slap and then throw him out. Jeez, God. Stock's trading at what? $11. What's it trading at? 11.18. You get $1.18 risk if the deal doesn't go through. I mean, come on. And Richard Branson is the promoter of the deal. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Oh man, this broker doesn't want to rock. This broker wants to walk. Unbelievable. Bruce sent a super chat about my wife's business. I think you missed it. Instagram, Megan Photography. There it is right there. If you did a super chat, I could have missed it. If you sent me a donation on PayPal like I asked you to, I wouldn't have missed it. How about that, apples? Oh, Bruce is just hitting right back today. What a guy that Bruce is. Nicholas Howard, thank you for your donation on PayPal. Hey, Bruce, I've been watching you pretty much every day since the channel was around 15,000 subscribers. I've only got 5 shares of GameStop at $123. I have no plan to sell any of these. I also picked up 50 shares of Virgin Group at 10. 90 yesterday. Oh, thanks for the postcard last month. And to the moon, what can I say? I love the stock, GameStop. Nicholas, thank you for being part of this channel. And thank you everything about, what's going on. I appreciate it. What do we got here now? Bruce, I'm over explaining, not being cryptic. You didn't post my message. Please post the following 200 characters. All right, I'll try it again. I did this the first time, and you didn't notice it. I will do it again because it's you, Noriega. Because it's you, I'm going to do this right here, and let's get those 200 characters up there. There it is, and there it is. Do you see that? Do you see it? It should be up there. I hope you see it. I try so hard with my friends. What can I say? There it is. There it is. Storming of Wall Street. The stock price of greed and tendies. How I lost 50,000. Why I spent 6,000 domain names. The stormingofwallstreet.com. 2021 0311 panic buying domain names. There it is. There it is. Noriega. There it is. Send me another $1,000. Come on. Oh man. Love you, buddy. Oh gosh, it's such a hard life, It is very, very difficult. Maximin, can you please set up a special stream where you explain GameStop and what's going on from start to finish? I know you have in the past, but for your new subscribers, you know what you could do? You could watch my old shows. They're up there on the channel. My videos never go away. I'm not telling you have to watch a 7-hour broadcast for the last 3 weeks. I mean, you have to do that. But I've got videos all about GameStop from last July telling you what's going on. Why didn't you watch those? Check them out and give them a thumbs up. Don't you watch without giving a thumbs up. And then let me know if there's any questions you have, because that lets you do a little research first before I just give you this whole 20-hour story that I don't think I want to give you. I'm tired. I've done the work. I've put the product up there. You got to watch it. Do your part, and I thank you, and I'm really glad you're here. I hope you're a long-term subscriber, and I hope you can get a lot out of my channel. But kind of meet me halfway here. I'm putting up videos, and I have been since last summer about this story, and it's pretty consistent. I haven't changed the story. It's the same, big-time shorts, and with a lot of updates, and that's all I have to say about that. What movie is that from? Anyway, thank you. Bruce, average 387. No, I got 387, average 172, owner to the power to the people. You want to rock? You're going to rock, buddy. Way to go. Hang in there and enjoy this ride. AB, I take it that from all those comments about SPACs being risky from brokers means most brokers just want you to buy Apple mutual fund and leave them alone. Most industries trades crank out mediocrity. Exactly. If your broker isn't even going to get off his fat lard ass to take a look at a deal that you're bringing to him, and he probably isn't. He's probably giving you a flippant answer. Time to find a new broker. That isn't a broker. That is a lazy butt, and that is somebody who's been ground to a pulp by their manager and have probably been told, do not talk stock with people. Just talk ETFs and mutual funds. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know what? You gave me that comment. I gotta fear the worst for you. I'm fearing the worst that you've got a lazy SOB that just wants to collect fees off you and doesn't want to do anything for you. Doesn't want to do any of the work. And you're coming in with the ideas, and you got a lump over there, and he's just living off the residuals. And that's the way the business has gone, because the entrepreneurship of brokerage. When I was a broker, I had to do my own research. I had to find deals. I had to find good investments to recommend to you, because in those early days, we didn't have the research that we have now. But then again, now these guys who sit in these cubicles, their job is to gather assets. Their job is to get your money and put it under the administration of some guy somewhere else in New York or wherever they are, who they've never met, will never meet, you'll never meet. And you're supposed to be satisfied with the fees they charge you and the so-so returns you're going to get. And I'm going, it's time to take your life back, because this is crap. Puppy on a Train. Hey, Bruce, just redid my math. Sitting on 85.5 shares, average $150. Am I going to be sticky wealthy, or should I try to keep my day job or open a bagel shop? Way to go. This is good stuff. Once you get another 14.5 shares, you own 100 shares, and you can start writing call contracts and bring income in for those shares too. That's something down the road you might want to look into. One will see. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, yes. David 64. It is. SPACs are pre-funded with capital at $10 a share, so you get that back if they go belly up. That's oversimplified, but it should help you out on your research. That's right. If the SPAC doesn't do a deal in the first 2 years of existence, you get the $10 back. The money's in trust. Hundreds of millions of it is in trust, earning interest. Yeah, there's no risk there. Joe, I'm wondering how there's 500 to 1,500 volume for March 19th, 20 calls every day for the past week, but nearly no change day over day in open interest. That's a good question. I can't answer that one. That's a wonder I have myself. No idea what's going on there. I don't know. The big man has infuriated Uncle Bruce. Watch out, 770 Illuminati. Realize. Everybody hold. There are fake accounts here trying to make us sell this stock. There you go. How I wish this chat had a single moderator. I am the single moderator. No one is selling diamond hands. Holding GameStop to the moon. There you go. Kirk from New York. Hey, buddy. How you doing, buddy? From the Big Apple. Been watching all day. About to barbecue some ribs. GameStop all day long. Hey, buddy. You have a good one, man. Good to see you. We'll see you tomorrow for the sponsor member hangout show on Traveling with Bruce. Those of you who don't know, tomorrow's Friday. And that means tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern time, there's a hangout going on between you, yours truly, Uncle Bruce, and his sponsor members for this channel right here, Traveling with Bruce. You can join that channel. It costs you $10 a month, and you get 2 shows a week just for sponsor members. And on Friday night, I pull out trivia questions. We have a lot of fun. We have a good time. Kirk's there all the time. We love it. Filippo, buying 1 share of GameStop during today's power hour. You know, I'm something of a whale myself. Yeah, that's right. Don't mess with this guy. That's right. Right on, buddy. Fantastic. What can I say? Missed opportunity. That's not a broker. That's a joker. There you go. That's right. That's right. Big bottoms. My girls got them. That's right, baby. Check out that song on YouTube with the Spinal Tap. They made a video. It's fantastic. It's how a rock band should be. It's great. Lawrence, Bruce, I love you so much, Papa. I understand the downside of the SPAC, but what happens to our shares after the merger? Well, your shares and the shares of the private company will be merged together, and then miraculously, you will all own shares. In the case of VGAC, in the case of Virgin, you will have 23andMe stock, and the symbol will be ME, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. And your company, 23andMe, will have $950 million in its bank account to start spending, to start growing, to start expanding, to start merging, to start partnering, to start. And they will be coming out with all kinds of news in the first 3 months of existence. Think about how active the guys have been on DraftKings. The DraftKings guys, they're doing press releases almost every week. Almost every week, DraftKings has another announcement. That's what's going to happen with 23andMe, and you're a shareholder of that company if you own Virgin Group. So get ready for a real party. Same thing for those of you who have Gores Holdings. If you've got GHVI and all the other SPACs I've recommended, the 6 SPACs, you own any of those, your SPACs are going to be press release machines the minute they finish their mergers. And your stocks will all be named differently. You'll have different names, new symbols. Your brokers will inform you of all that. And you'll have just as many shares of the new company as you do now. And your public companies are well-funded, and they are on a roll. Look out. Hey, Bruce, love from Sweden. Keep it up, my man. Fabian, thank you, buddy. Appreciate the comment and the shout-out. I love it. There you go. Guys, we've got so much coming up here. So much good stuff happening. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to what is the most memorable place you've ever been to, Bruce? The most memorable place. Boy. The most memorable place. Been a lot of places. There's nothing like being on a cruise ship, though. You're in a balcony room, and every morning you look out, and the view is different because the ship's always moving. You're either at a new port, or you're in the ocean, sailing along. So that's kind of a cool thing. That's always a neat thing. most memorable. I did enjoy Rome, and I enjoyed Florence, Italy. I enjoyed Monte Carlo, Monaco. I enjoyed the visit. I had those all three on one cruise with my daughter. Very enjoyable. Of course, the Big Apple. Hey, I mean, come on. We're talking the Big Apple, baby. Love LA. Love all over the USA, of course. Cayman Islands, beautiful place. Great people. Sometimes it's more about the people than the places, isn't it? But there's the UK, of course, London, Bath in England, the city of Bath, a beautiful place. Been to a lot. Of course, seen Paris now. Berlin, I've enjoyed Berlin numerous times. Really like it. So there you have it. There's just, I can't give you one. I guess I can't give you one. I just can't give you one. So there you go. Okay, moving on. Hey, Cindy, watching you all day from Michigan north of the bridge to Canada. Is that Mackinac? Are you near the Mackinac Bridge? Beautiful area. I love Frankenmuth, the good food in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Oh yeah, very good. Everybody, thank you for being here and checking me out, hanging out with me. Got 40 minutes to go. No, we're shutting the show down. Nice of you to be here. I've got some donations coming in on PayPal again. I gotta get back there. Oh my gosh, thank you everybody for being so kind to me tonight. PayPal donations, these are the big ones. These are really important. I get 96% of these dollars. James Culpin, Texas in the house, just started watching recently. Love your insight and enthusiasm. Thanks for your recommendations. If we hit big on GameStop, we are moving to Nova Scotia. There you go. Thank you to Scott Comben. You demand. Thanks again, buddy. Thank you, Scott. I'll appreciate your donations. Thank you, David Schultz. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Send Pepper, Jack, and the rest of the apes to the moon. Looking forward to tomorrow's bagel bump. Right on, David. Thank you to John Kupal. Hi, Bruce. Do your jaw muscles get tired? What do you think about precious metals like iridium and rhodium's recent rise and the mining ticker AGPPF? I don't know anything about the company. Precious, those metals are important for battery production for electric cars and everything else. Visceral Records, thank you. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I have one SNDL $5 call going to expire out of the money at 312. Worth it to close the position before end of day tomorrow. Can't imagine anyone exercising me with stock currently trading at $1.68. Any danger? Well, you can buy it now and then write a contract now. Like buy it tomorrow morning, write a contract for the next Friday or the Friday after, and you can get right at it and not worry about collecting the quarter of a penny you're going to get, whatever that is. I don't know, just whatever I'm saying, whatever works. There you go. Thank you, buddy. Ray Mariano, thanks, Ray, for your message. I got that. It's great. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Love it. Thank you, everybody, for all of your kind words and support, encouragement, everything. I really appreciate it. Where are we at now in this GameStop here after hours? 251.13, is that right? 251.25. Very quiet so far in the after hours. Just so far, very quiet. Not much going on here. GameStop, Jordan, will GameStop be on the SSR list tomorrow? Yes. Can you explain what that means? I have. That means the short sellers can only sell on uptick trades, higher trades. They can only sell on higher trades. That's all they can do. They can't hit bids. They can't drive the market down on purpose by hitting bid after bid after bid. Matt, hi, Bruce. Can't find much detailed info on the failure delivers from both sides of the trade. Do you think you'll put out a video on it? Could be super helpful. Matt, we'll see. I'm always looking for information and myself on this, and we're waiting to see what happens. Always gaming. Berlin loves you. I love Berlin, man. Berlin, what a great town. If you guys ever get the chance to go to Berlin, Germany, you always wondered, we're going to go on a holiday. We can travel again. Where should we go? What should we see? Why don't you go to Berlin? Man, you will see history from all kinds of angles. I mean, the Second World War history, the Cold War history, the East Berlin, West Berlin history. It's fascinating. It's just fascinating. Love it. It's such a part of so many people's lives. Really interesting. Joey, hey Bruce, love the show. Sorry if it's been answered already, but if I sell GameStop now, could I still get an okay return? What happens to it tomorrow? Well, we'll find out. I mean, whatever your price is, whatever you sell it for, that's your return. I think the shares can go higher. I mean, I think they can. But will they go higher exactly at a specific point in time that is in your best interest? I can't tell you that. Don't know. That one is what you're going to have to do. Ich bin ein Berliner. Berlin is awesome. Berlin is cool. Doner kebab. Oh yeah, Berlin has the best beer. Berliner, it's amazing. Bruce, a technical question. Isn't a stock split good for those with naked stock options? You mean if you own the stock, if you own the options, or if you wrote them? If you wrote them, it's bad. If you own them, it's good. Yes, it would be. Never been to Berlin, but I love Germany, especially Bavaria. Yeah, that's kind of cool too. Yeah, Berlin is a unique place. There's still segments of the Berlin Wall standing that they're preserving now. It's kind of funny how the Germans were trying to chisel them away in 1989. Now they're preserving what's left of it. It's kind of cool, and they've preserved one area of the Berlin Wall where the death zone, the death strip is. That's between the wall on the West Berlin side and the wall on the East Berlin side. There was this no man's land in the middle. That was East Berlin land, and you didn't want to be there ever, because if you got caught there, you had a real rough ride in jail for a long time. But there's still a section of that they've kind of preserved in a way to show you what it looked like. And then there's areas of the death zone that have now turned into parks. You can walk through there, and you can see homes, buildings on this side that was East Berlin. You can see buildings over here that's West Berlin. You're in the death zone, and it's gorgeous. There's park benches, and dogs are walking on leashes, and people are throwing frisbees, and it's great. What a neat place. It is such a neat place. What can I say? I would love to go back. Gen 2, we'd love to go back. Berlin, very nice city. Here we go. Germany is the only country where you don't walk away from a table hungry. I hear you there. You don't do that for sure. You don't walk away hungry in a city like Berlin. Pretty cool beans. Very, very, very nice. Berlin is great. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging around. Why is it dropping, Bruce? Bruce, why is the stock dropping? My life is over. 247.50. It's down like $1.50 from the close, maybe $3. I mean, who cares? Who cares? So what? Who cares? It's just aftermarket. It's nothing personal. It's just aftermarket. What can I say? Yes. What can I say? I don't know what that means. I see questions here. I don't know what they are, so I'm not even looking at them. I'm not going to try to address a question I can't answer. This isn't the travel channel, Bruce. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, Bruce. Shut up. Stop talking about Berlin and Germany. Just talk about stock. That's all we want you to do. We don't want you to have fun. We want you to talk about stock. Oh, okay. Oh, my. It looks like the final trade on GameStop seems to be a 260 close. There seems to have been a 260 print. And now we're at 248.49. So that's what we're at. Although I do know we were trading at 255 just before the bell. And so now at 245, it's a little low. But anyway, that's what I got. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what it's doing. Stocks trade at different prices all the time. They go all over the place. Makes no sense sometimes. I don't have answers for everything. Do the best I can. Have you ever been to Wales? I would strongly recommend visiting West Wales, a beautiful part of the world. Been to Bristol and Bath. We went to Glastonbury. I went to Stonehenge because we had to see the famous Stonehenge because of how Spinal Tap used Stonehenge in their video for the movie they made. They were filming themselves on the road, and they were doing this great song about Stonehenge, and then in the middle of the song, this incredible set appeared, a replica of Stonehenge, which you've got to watch. I mean, you may want to do a Google, like a YouTube search for Spinal Tap, Stonehenge, Spinal Tap, and you'll see the song that they were doing and how this incredible set of stone. I mean, you know how big that thing is? Stonehenge is big. How they fit it all on their stage, legendary, absolutely legendary. You may want to check that out. Again, like I said, we saw some of Wales, but not enough. How's that? How is that? All right. Yeah, it's a surreal moment in Berlin, realizing you're in an area where the Nazis parades were, where Hitler spoke. Yeah, it's true. It is so true. That's really amazing. And you see photos of places in Berlin where you're standing today. You're looking at whatever you see today, and then there are photos of what this was like after the Second World War was all bombed out. You can't believe you're staying in the same place. It's incredible. Anyway, so amazing, just amazing. Andrew P, hey buddy, stock markets with Bruce. Hi, Uncle Bruce. Do you think reported short interest 20% or so is accurate, or do you think this number is underestimated? P.S. You're my hero. Love from England. Andrew, thank you for that. I don't know. I'm showing a short interest of 14.2 million shares, and of the 50 million share float or 54 million float, that's a big number. That's almost 30%. So 26.6 of the float is kind of the number. So that's up there. That is up there. But I'm worried. What I'm really wondering about is the actual amount of the short of the float of the. Sorry, I'm actually worried about the number of shares that are short that are not declared as short sales. I'm talking about failure to deliver and other issues that are out there. A lot of stock out there. Bertie, super sticker. Thank you, Bertie. Avils, thank you for this donation. Ranga, 800 call volume ending 312 was 17,593. That's wild. That is crazy volume on a contract so far out of the money. Thank you to Danielle. Can you please explain the specialty ABT 19.3? I wish I knew what the hell you meant. I don't know what that is. Chris, if game is on the SSR, does that apply after, since they aren't trading on NYSE? Today from 4 to 5 a.m. there was another big attack. I doubt it does have anything to do with the pre-market or aftermarket. I think it's just during market hours on the exchange. That's my guess. That's my guess as to what that is. Okay. Thank you. Douglas Ing, if I buy, what is it, covered options, call options? If I buy call options for VGAC for late 2021, when the acquisition is done and they change their symbol, what happens to my options? GameStop down $5. You owe me $5 today. What'll happen is the options you have in VGAC will now become options in 23andMe, and your symbol will be ME, and you'll have just as many contracts at the same exercise price. The only thing that changes for you is the name of the company and the name of your options. That's all. Nothing else changes, except the prices. They're probably going to go substantially higher. I mean, if you can handle that. I mean, if that's too much for you, get out now and go in the corner and cry. Go whimper. Madeline, Uncle Bruce, you are the best. Do you think cruise stocks could go any higher, or are they doomed? They're doomed. I don't think they should go any higher, Madeline. I think the cruise shares are going to go lower because they're not going to sail until late this year at the very earliest. Even then, they'll only have a fraction of their ships going. It's not going to be until next January or February or even March next year before the cruise lines are back up and running again with all their ships. And again, I don't even know when they are up and running. Will they be allowed to sail with all their cabins sold out, or will they be restricted to 85% of their balcony cabins only? So that might restrict them to 65% maximum capacity. How are you going to make the kind of money you made in 2019 when you were sailing out of Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Port Canaveral and other ports with 108% capacity? Now you're sitting there saying, Bruce, hey, I'm no mathematical genius, but I know for a fact that if you're saying a cruise ship goes out at 108% capacity, that's more than 100% capacity. What are you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is families with the 2 children would have mom and dad in the bed and the kids in the fold-out couch, or they would have 2 fold-down bunks off the ceiling that the kids would be in. The cabin would have 4 people instead of 2 people. That's added capacity. There were family cruises being done last year, 2 years ago in 2019. Family cruises where you have 30 family members in maybe 10 cabins, and that's more than 100% capacity. So 108% capacity was what was being done, and they were bringing in all that money from all the booze they were selling to all those passengers, all the specialty dining, all the casino action they were getting, all the stuff they were buying on the shops inside the ship. All the short excursion markups they have were fantastic. Some cases 100% margins. When you're down to 65% capacity, you don't have as much alcohol being consumed. Haven't got as many people. You don't have as many short excursions being marked up because not as many folks. It just goes, it's a chain event of disappointment. It's just a downward spiral of expectations of earnings. And I'm waiting for the CDC to basically announce when the ships can start sailing and under what conditions. And when we hear those conditions, which will be restrictive, watch the cruise stocks take a dive, because it'll be at that moment in time that Wall Street will get one of these, a dope slap, and they'll realize, oh my goodness, these cruise lines are only going to be able to sail for the next year at 2/3 capacity. There's no way that they're going to make the kind of money they made in 2019. They're going to be lucky to break even, because it's the last third of capacity where you make all your money. It's when you get to that 100% to 105% capacity, 108% capacity. That's where you're raking in the cash. But if you're looking at social distancing rules with masks, passengers going to have to wear masks on board. There's going to have to be a dining room reservations, even for the buffet. You're going to have reservations. I'm telling you, there's going to be some folks who aren't going to go cruising for a while. They're not going to cruise until all that is lifted. And that might be 2024 or 2025. So these cruise lines are priced to perfection about a return to cruising. Everything's going to be great, and it's not going to be perfect, and it's not going to be great. And I've been yelling that the cruise lines are way overpriced. But I will say, the guys who run these cruise lines, these managers, they have done some pretty smart stuff. They have managed to raise $55 billion, $55 billion since last year from investors for stock and for bonds. Unbelievable accomplishment to keep the ships floating and waiting to come back. I know that Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian combined, they burn off They burn off $1.1 billion a month. $1.1 billion a month just burns off the balance sheets of these guys. That's why they keep raising more money to stick around for the recovery, the return. They're going to burn another $10 billion before they have their first paying passenger coming on the ship, and they might be restricted to 2/3 capacity. So no, those shares are not what I would call a bargain at all. I wouldn't be getting in there. What do you think about the moon will be? What do you think the moon will be? It'll be covered in cheese. There'll be little green men up there. Chris Sweeney, thank you, Chris, for this donation. Bertie, a super sticker. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate these. So that's my thought on the cruise lines. The shares will not do well. The airline stocks, I wouldn't be into them either. Don't think that just because we might be back to traveling, that these airlines are going to be making a ton of money. I think, again, they've got such high carrying costs now with higher interest rate charges for all the debt they've issued. They've issued a ton of stock. Same with the cruise lines. They've issued a ton of stock. So whatever earnings any of these outfits make have to be diluted into way more shares. And the shares will not make the kind of per share profit they made in 19 or 2018. And so cruise lines and airlines are going to trade at much lower prices for a long time to come, because they're just not going to be able to put the earnings per share together that they had in the past. Way more shares to divide the money into, whatever money they make. Eric Killian, when the bots and shills are here flooding the chat, you know you're doing God's work. I think we are. I think we do have them here, don't we? I think we have some of these guys who are kind of hanging around, and just issuing the same message again and again and again. They have no imagination. They're just repeating themselves time and time again. So, what can I say? Not much I can do about it. 251 on the stock. So, it's a little better, I guess. It's a little better. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and seeing me today. This is great. Over here on the email side of things, Thank you again for those of you who's been doing donations to my channel. I appreciate this. We've got some more PayPal's came in here. Oh, okay. Some more PayPal donations. Thank you to who we got here. Oh, here we go. Thomas Richardson's. Hey, buddy. Thomas Richardson, thank you for the gift. Thanks for increasing my wealth and knowledge with your teaching and picks. I've taken some profits and rolled into your SPACs, show concept focused individual consultations live on air. You'll need a call screener. See Dave's Ramsey's wildly successful radio show for an example. There's so many ideas that come my way from you guys. It's incredible. You people are phenomenal. I love you. Jeremy Adams, been watching since January. Love your commentary and positive vibes. Thank you for your wisdom. Wish you nothing but success. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you very much. And Justin, what's a wash sale? My GameStop cost price was adjusted up. Seems like I'm getting penalized for selling stock at a loss when they add that onto my new stock cost. Well, they're just adjusting your stock cost. Look, if you buy the shares at 100, then you buy it at 90, and you start selling at 80. You're only bringing in $80 on some of the stock. You're going to need to get closer to 100 to get out now, because you bought it not 100, you bought it at 90 at a 95 average if you bought just as many, but now you're selling at 80. Your cost base for the rest of it is up higher towards 100. That's what you're doing. You're losing money. It's nothing personal. It's just the money, Justin. It's just the money that's going on here. I'm just saying. Anyway, there you go. Guys, thank you for being here so much. Appreciate it. We've had today 3,700 thumbs ups on this show. And that is actually kind of disappointing. We have 4,000 people here. We had about 7,000 here. Very few thumbs ups for the number of people coming through. But again, if any of you are out there and you can throw me a thumbs up to salvage this to maybe 4,000 thumbs ups, I'd appreciate it. But it is kind of too bad we didn't get to 5,000 thumbs ups with, I bet you over 20,000 of you have been through here today. On this second show, I'm kind of surprised. The final hour, what can I say? I do what I can. I slave. I work. I beg. I plead. I wash the pots, the pans. I do it all. I just 29,000 views of this show. I can't complain. I mean, come on, you guys are great. Thank you, everybody. We've now had 104,801 subscribers. If you're considering sticking around here a while, mind to become a subscriber of the channel and hit the bell notification icon. I'd love that if you did that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You guys are fabulous. I love you. GameStop, what's it going to do here in the after hours? Is there anything else going on? Any hope? Anything? Is it gonna take a pop? I'm not here for much longer, but where are we at? 260. Is that right? No, we're not 260. Are we 260? No, we're not 260. We couldn't be. Is that can't be right? Is it? Let me double check here. Maybe we are. No, it can't be. Can't be. It couldn't be. It can't be right. It can't be right. I mean, it's too good. It's just too good. I'm not sure what to make of it. After hours, it says 260. Is that right? Are we at $260 unchanged on the aftermarket right now? Because we were down to $245 a share, and there it is. It's 250 now. That makes more sense. I couldn't understand it. I don't mind it at 260. I'm not complaining that it's at $260. I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of wondering, is there maybe a glitch in the system or something? It looks. You see, Kalen, you got it. It looks weird. Okay, it just looks weird. Yeah, 251. There it is. That sounds about right. But this machine here won't give me the real price. It's in a little fantasy world there. The 251. There you go. And then my phone is not reacting properly. It's showing $260. I mean, there's a glitch. Okay, it's a glitch. Okay, maybe it's 301. Hey, that'd be okay. That's okay. Let's just call it 301, and then tomorrow morning we'll say it's 11:30. And we'll just freak everybody out. This would be great. Oh, beautiful. We'll use alternative prices, alternative quotes. Yeah, like alternative facts. We'll do that. Okay, that's great. Bruce, someone is selling one share for 260. That's what it is. I pulled East Germans up and over the Berlin Wall November 9th. It was historical and unforgettable. If I make enough from this GameStop, I'll have to go back. American Aboriginal. What a day that was, 1989. What a week that was. I mean, the night before and everything. But of course, everything had been unwinding already. The Soviet Union, the USSR, the Iron Curtain was breaking apart all over Eastern Europe, and it all fell apart. And then finally, in Berlin proper, it happened. It was just stunning. And now you go into Berlin and you drive around, and if you're a local, if you're a tourist, you're not sure. Am I in East Berlin or West Berlin? Where am I really? Especially if you're young, you haven't got a clue. You don't even know what happened. If you're really young, you don't know what I'm talking about. You just don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what I think is kind of cool about the Berlin Wall, if you ever get to go, here's a little safety tip from your buddy, Uncle Bruce. By the way, I have videos on this channel right here, Traveling with Bruce, about East Berlin and West Berlin. And I invite you to check them. They're some of the worst videos I've ever made because they were early in my first months of Traveling with Bruce. You just go to the channel and then enter in East Berlin or Berlin videos in my channel search, and they'll pop up. And then you can check out some of the worst videos you'll ever see a beginner make, and then you can laugh at me, but give me a thumbs up. Anyway, what was really cool about like Checkpoint Charlie and all these other places in Berlin is on the sidewalk or on the roadway, just for no reason, you'll see these 2 rows of bricks in the pavement and then on the sidewalk, and it just moving along. And that's where the wall used to be. That was where the wall used to stand. And once in a while, you'll walk along that area and you'll come to a little photography, a little display of photos that are behind plexiglass, and it's got a description of what you're looking at. It's in German and in English, other languages. And then it'll tell you what spot you're at. Like, this is what it looked like during the Cold War, when the wall went up. This is what it looked like, maybe even before the wall, during the wall, and here you are. And it is really cool. I loved it. Because the Berlin Wall was such a part of my household's life, my mom and dad's life. That was a big deal with my mom and dad. And so I learned a lot about the Berlin Wall from them. And then when I got to actually see Berlin for myself, to actually be able to walk the city and enjoy it, that was surreal for me. It was really cool. I was in East Berlin as a preteen. Father was in the Army. I would love to see it now. So much change. It was truly bad back in the day. My father was in the Canadian Army, and he had actually immigrated. You want a story? I'll give you a story. What do you got? I got 14 minutes. I'll give you a story. So my father came to Canada in 1952 from Germany, and he was 23 years old, and he had $5 in his pocket, which was allowed, and he had $5 or $10 sewn into his jacket lining, which is not allowed, but no one caught him. And he entered Canada with $15, and he ended up in Sudbury, Ontario, and he became a miner, mining nickel, making really big money as an underground miner. My mother joined him a year or so later, and then I showed up in 1955, and the year later, in 56, he joined the Canadian Army. He'd been in Canada now for 4 years, and he had applied to become a Canadian citizen, and he got his citizenship in 58 or 59. Anyway, on New Year's Eve, the New Year's Eve party for the regiment that he was with, he was a musician, and he was in the marching band for the Army. He was, of course, he learned how to fire weapons and stuff, but he was also a musician. Anyway, the band had the big party on New Year's Eve, and the captain, who's in charge of the band, the conductor, he gets up on stage and makes a surprise announcement that in 9 months we are being deployed to Germany, NATO deployment. And that was September 1959. And my mom and dad were thrilled because they were going back home from where they had come from, but they were being paid to go by the Canadian Army. So my mom and dad returned to Germany with me and my little sister, and my mother saw her parents for the first time in 5 years. Pretty emotional? Yeah, I would say so. The grandparents saw their grandchildren for the first time ever when we showed up. And we were supposed to be there for 2 years, turned out to be 3, because in 1960, the year we were supposed to come back, about late August. And just before we were supposed to come back, the Russians brought the tanks out in Berlin because there was a crisis. And they put the barbed wire up, and they put up a barrier in the middle of Berlin, because prior to that, you could freely go to East Berlin, West Berlin, no problem. Now, nobody can go anywhere, and the wall went up. all the world's armed forces were on world alert, because Kennedy didn't know and Khrushchev didn't know. Were we going into World War III? Because if the Americans attacked the Russians in downtown Berlin, because the American tanks are here, the Russian tanks are on the other side of the street here. West Berlin, East Berlin, West Berlin. If these guys go at it, who knows how far this will spill out. Everybody was just terrified, just totally terrified. I knew from nothing. I was 5. Didn't care. My dad was in the Army, and he didn't know whether he would be, in a foxhole somewhere. And so the return was canceled. We had to stay another year. It was automatically extended another year. So we ended up in Germany another year. My mom and dad didn't mind. Another year in Germany, and we're getting paid Canadian dollars in 1960, 61. It was great. So we ended up staying in Berlin until 60. I think it was from 59 to 62, I guess it was. And came back to Canada at that point in time. So my mom and dad ended up going back to Germany 50 miles away from where they had left Germany. What a story. And they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And of course, my father, being in the Army, he could buy anything he wanted at the store on the base. So when he bought cigarettes, he got them duty free. If he bought gasoline for his Volkswagen camper that he had, he bought gasoline at 1/10 the price that a German would pay for gasoline. Coffee was 1/10 the price. Booze was 1/10 the price of any German's price for alcohol. Flour, sugar, chocolate, luxuries. I mean, Germans were just, in 1960, they were just drooling at what the relatives were drooling at what my parents could buy with Canadian dollars. And going into a German store, my father had so much money because the Canadian dollar was worth a fortune compared to the German mark at that time, because Germany was still recovering from the World War 15 years after. It was still coming out of it. So whenever my mom and dad would visit grandma and grandpa, Oma and Opa, as we called them, my dad's VW camper would be stocked full of cans of coffee, alcohol, flour, sugar, chocolate, whatever grandma needed, whatever Oma needed, we had it. And my parents would just give it to them. Just here. We were buying it at the commissary for 1/10 what you pay. It's so cheap. And of course, every time we visited, grandma would take the tins of coffee and treasure them like bars of gold, and stock her kitchen. And then she started stashing stuff under her bed, stashing stuff in her closets. It was so much that eventually her house was full of all this stuff. But what she ended up doing, which was pretty smart, she would trade her coffee. She would go to the butcher down the street, and she'd walk in there with a tin of coffee. And the butcher would be looking at that tin of coffee going, oh, yeah, what do you need? You need some sausages? You need some steaks? You need some burger? I'm a butcher. You got coffee. Let's cut a deal. Then she'd head down to the bakery, and she'd show up at the bakery with the coffee. And the baker would go, yeah, maybe we can make you a nice Black Forest cake or something. You got company coming? Oh, we can make a big cake for 15 people. No problem. We'll work this deal out. The luxuries for luxuries. The black market. Oh, yeah. For sure. And cigarettes, oh my gosh, cigarettes. My father would bring cartons of this stuff to all the relatives. Everybody smoked. I mean, it was the luxury everybody craved. And my dad was just viewed as a god. And then before he left, before we go back to the base, back to where we were from in Zost, all the relatives would hop in their cars and they would follow my dad's VW bus. And we would drive to the nearest gas station. And my dad would get out, and the young guy would come out ready to put the pump in the car. And my dad would tell him, okay, young man, you keep pumping gas into this car and don't shut off that machine over here. Don't shut off the pump, because I've got these tokens. He had these gasoline tokens from the Canadian Army, from the NATO base, and he could buy unlimited fuel at virtually nothing. And so he would fill up his vehicle and he'd pull it forward, and then the first relative would bring their car up and the kid would fill up that car, and then the next car would come up and he'd fill up that car. And my dad was keep giving him the tokens, just keep giving him the tokens. As long as that pump was on, the tokens were working, and all 8 relatives' cars were fueled up. Then we'd leave town. Always welcome back anytime you want, you betcha. Oh, those are good days for my mom and dad. They had left dirt poor, broke, came back, and they were wealthy. I mean, everybody looked at them as, oh, you're so rich. It's unbelievable. It was those are good times. There's a little story for you about Germany in the early 1960s. things have changed now, because by the time the 70s rolled around, the entire country of Germany took off economically, really went up dramatically. And this will be the 60, 61, 62 years were these years. Unbelievable things, really. Of course, Germany in the 70s, 80s just boomed. And Germans were making a good standard of living. And then they passed Canada and the United States. Germans have a higher standard of living than we have for 25 years at least. That country's got its act together, because they remember how poor they were. They're never going back. Wolfgang, this is why I donate Bruce, Oma, and Opa. There you go. Yeah, that was really something. Those were the days. And of course, as a kid, I have, little tiny memories, only because I left Germany when I was 6 or 7 and came back to Canada. But Germany. My grandfather was from Bremen, where she met my granddad during World War II. She barely made it out of there. I can imagine. My parents told me how hungry they were when they were children, how hungry they were when they were kids, just starving. And when they came to Canada, they could not believe. That was a big, strong black market. Could not believe how wealthy Canadians were. Average schmucks in Canada had wealth that they could not fathom in Germany or in Poland or in Lithuania, in Czechoslovakia, Austria, Estonia, Latvia. Could not fathom the wealth that Canadians had. My father was a miner, like I said, in the mines. And if you work construction, that was a good paying job. Even today, if you work construction, it's a good paying job. But he told me that the construction guys were making something like $60 a week back in the 1952-53 range. And he was pulling in $90 a week being a miner. Well, that's a more dangerous job. And he got overtime and he took it. And he made double time. And on holidays, he made triple time. Strong union. And he scored some cash because he was young. And he worked his tail off and made some money. But then a friend of his said to him, "You're a musician, buddy. You're a top-notch musician. Why are you killing yourself? You should be playing musical instruments for a living. What are you, a miner? You're just going to get yourself hurt one day. You're gonna lose a finger or something like that. What are you doing?" And my dad thought he was nuts. And the guy said, "Look, they're holding auditions down at the army base. Why don't you go down there and check it out? They'll tell you how much they pay you. They tell you all the benefits you get at being an army guy. And even though you're not a Canadian yet," which, by the way, he became a Canadian when he was back in Germany. He got his papers because it had been 5 years. He was in the armed services. He became a Canadian, as did my mother. Of course, I was born a Canadian, being born in Canada, as my sister was. In any event, he went over there and he auditioned. He got into this thing, no problem. He was in the forces, in the orchestra, and he was making almost as much money with the benefits than being a miner. And he didn't have to go down a pit, down an elevator a mile underground. He didn't do that anymore. He didn't miss that. I'll tell you right now, he did not miss that. And so he loved it. And he did that, like I say, for about, I think 6 years. He had a 3-year stint and another 3-year stint. And then we came back to Canada, and he had tried to transfer to Gagetown, New Brunswick. He tried to transfer because that was the next orchestra, the next marching band going over to Germany for a 3-year stint. He wanted to go back and my mom wanted to go back. So they tried to transfer over to Gagetown, but it was rejected. couldn't do it. For whatever reason, the army wouldn't let him do it. And so his stint came up a few months after that, and he said, "Thanks, and I'm out of here. I'm not going to be in the army anymore." And then he got himself a day job and started working. So that's how that happened. Germany, I could have been 3 more years in Germany, for all I know. And it could have been a different life because my parents might not have come back. They might have stayed those 3 years and then stayed there because by then it would have been 1965. And Germany was coming on economically, and my father might have been able to find himself a gig. Never know. Who's to say? I don't. You never know how things go, but the way it worked out. Berlin was very, very different than duty in the military because the Russians were just on the other side of the 12-foot wall. Exactly. My father was in Soest, which is about 30 miles from the East German border. He wasn't in Berlin. He wasn't stationed in Berlin. Berlin was an island in East Germany. It was a West German, East German combined city in the middle of East Germany, surrounded on all sides by Russian and East German forces. And so West Germany was half the city that had a wall all around it. And everybody in West Germany was in the West. Everyone in the other was in the East. And there were highways and rail lines and air corridors allowed for direct traffic to West Germany and out. And the Russians at any time could cut off the ground anytime they wanted to, or the East Germans. But the East Germans and Russians left it open because of all the trade that was done with the West that way. So a lot of foreign currency would come into Russia and East Germany to help prop up their failing regime, although they claimed everything was great. The Westerners knew, though, they needed our money. But the West Germans on their side had KFC. They had all the food. They had all the sweets, oranges, chocolate, pineapple, the Western fashions, rock and roll music, all the television shows. The East Germans, they had nothing. It was dark. They had very little entertainment. They had no luxuries, and they were paid the socialist wage, which meant everyone got the same wage, which meant everybody was broke. It was quite the difference. Right in this little city, this little half of a city in the middle of East Germany, surrounded by communism all over. It was an amazing place. So to be there now, as an adult, to be in West Berlin today, and then drive around the area and go, I'm in East Berlin, I'm in East Germany. This was all East Germany. Unbelievable. It's now all Germany. It's evolved a lot, but there are still signs of what it was, and it's amazing. An amazing place. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm done my show. It's 2 hours. I've given you my time. What more do you want? What more do you want from me? I'm giving you my stories. I'm telling you my life. Thank you all. I so appreciate you being here today, and for this, I really appreciate all of you for your kind words and these donations you make to me, these PayPal donations, these super chats. Here's one right here. I mean, look at this, $99.99. Thank you so much, Bugsy. I thank you. Thank you for the story. I know you have converted this before. You can do it again about the VGAC. Yep, VGAC. It's good stuff. You're gonna make money. It's buy and enjoy. Just buy it and enjoy the upside. I'm thinking you don't have to get out for under 100 a share. You don't have to, but whatever you want to do, whenever you feel the profit's good enough, you take it. But I like the story a lot. Guys, thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to be on again tomorrow, 1 hour before the opening. Join me. We'll follow what the market's going to do here. Thank you, American Aboriginal. Thanks, Bruce. We'll follow what's going on tomorrow. I'm moving to Germany. I'll tell you, if I were in my 40s and I had the chance to go there through an American employer, Canadian employer, I would not. Knowing what I know now, yeah, I'd go. Oh yeah, I would definitely do it for at least 4 or 5 years. Be an expatriate there. Wow, to travel Europe, that for sure. Yeah, wow, what an education for my daughter. If she were 10 years old, if I could have gone to the Cayman Islands or Germany, knowing what I know about Germany, I would have picked Germany, not the Cayman Islands. I would have picked Germany. Yeah. Incredible, just incredible. Anyway, that's what it is. That's the way it was. That's the way it's going to be. And here we are. Thank you, all of you, so much for being here and hanging with me tonight. I grew up in West Germany near Eider, Oberstein, where Bruce Willis was born. How about that? Pretty cool. Thank you guys for your guten Abend, guten Nacht und guten Abend. Ja, guten Nacht from Deutschland. Aus Deutschland, guten Nacht, guten Abend. Thank you. We're at 248. Yep, it's aftermarket. 249. I wouldn't worry about it. We'll see what's going on, and we'll wait. We'll see if it wants to go lower, and maybe it'll go even lower tomorrow. Maybe it'll start at 220 tomorrow. Who knows? There might be a dip in your future tomorrow. Let's wait and see what we want to do. This is just the aftermarket. I wouldn't worry about that. Guten Nacht. Yes, thank you, aus Deutschland. Thank you. Very wonderful evening, all of you, and thank you for being here. And sleep tight, Doc. Gute Nacht, meine Liebe and Lieblings. Thank you, guys, all of you. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. Jennifer's gonna wonder If I keep hanging out with you guys, Jennifer's going to wonder I've got a girlfriend. Can't have that. So what movie is that from? I better get going before Alicia thinks I've got a girlfriend. What movie is that from before I go? Thank you guys for what's happening. He's ignoring what's happened to GameStop. He doesn't want to talk about it, that it's 248. He doesn't want to say anything. I like cheese. Don't give eat him about dips. Don't make Jen mad. Don't make Jen. Give her a hug. Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely. Field of Matt. I can't fool you, Matt. I know. I knew you'd get this, Matt. Field of Dreams. Yeah, I better get going before Alicia thinks I got a girlfriend. Yeah, great movie. How can you not cry at the end of that movie? How can you not cry at the end of Field of Dreams when Kevin Costner says, "Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch?" How can you are not human if you don't cry at the end of that movie? Okay, guys, I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 hour before the opening.